Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is another of my short stories of the type that is in my new book, Soloists, short stories of introverts and outsiders facing a dilemma. This one is called A Follower. Saul was the type of cancer patient who liked to talk about it, including that his doctor had given him the assisted dying pills to use when he's ready. But Saul had one more thing he needed to do, his crowning achievement. He wanted to fight to retain the history curriculum he had spent a decade developing and promoting, the thinking curriculum, which venerated critical thinking. Now, the newer faculty want not only to allow but mandate a new curriculum, what they call the Now curriculum, which whitewashes Stalin's killing 20 million people in the favor of being a kind of a pro-socialist, pro-communist curriculum, that white males are mainly used as whipping boys, evidence of the rampant anti-BIPOC racism past and present, and that the U.S. history curriculum will be based on the biased people's history of the United States. As the longtime chair of the history department, Saul didn't want to go out without trying to stop it, to stop the new generation of professors who he called the fad followers from poisoning their already critical thinking light, bias-heavy students with what he perceived as a likely intellectually fatal dose of emotion over rationality. Of the committee's 7 members, Saul could count only on his own vote and that of what he called the old fart who hadn't yet retired. He needed 2 of the other members. He tried to reason with 3 of them, but that failed. He then considered other ethical solutions and decided on threatening to expose the 3's lack of integrity. Not only might that persuade them to vote for the thinking curriculum, but the threat of exposing them might encourage them to be more honest in the future. Plus, if Saul exposed them, it might deter other academic frauds. Saul was old, but a master at software, so he found that one of the 3 had plagiarized, another lied in his application for tenure, and most painful, that his wife Chris falsified data. The first 2 people quickly capitulated and agreed to vote for the thinking curriculum, but Chris didn't. She reasoned, "I made up the data that preschool erases disadvantage. Saul will keep threatening to expose me until the day he dies. He might even make me agree to not contest his will, knowing that if my data fraud comes out, my career is over. I need to get rid of him." Chris thought, poison? Too many ways I could get caught. Gun? My hand would shake. Besides, how would I get a gun without it being traced? Knife? I'm too wimpy. Just maybe, could I convince him to take his assisted dying pills sooner than he planned? Saul, it hurts me to see you in this much pain. I know how important your curriculum is to you. The meeting isn't for another 3 weeks. 3 weeks of suffering, ever more suffering. While you and I are on opposite sides on the curriculum question, you know I love you, and as important, have the utmost respect for you. Plus, I'll never forget how you used your power to get me hired. So I promise to vote for your curriculum. That way, you can take your pills now and avoid 3 weeks of all the suffering. You don't even like to suffer for a minute. Saul didn't immediately say no. Anyway, that story is called A Follower. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko.